And we're back to this breaking news this morning from the city of Pacific. 80 residents and 3 local businesses are now suing the King County Flood District following catastrophic flooding and evacuations in December.
The documents being filed today accuse the flood district of causing damage after the levees they operated failed. Farah Jadrin is here with a story that you'll see only on King 5. Farah.
Yeah, well, Jake and Mimi, I have a copy of the complaint right here. That will be filed in King County Superior Court today. Residents say the damage to their vehicles, their homes, and businesses was all preventable. Sharon Flannery's lived in Pacific for 30 years. She never thought she'd suddenly have to flee her home.
I woke up and I could hear the helicopter, evacuate now, and I jumped out of bed, threw my clothes on.
In the early hours of December 16th, 2025, she grabbed her oxygen and medications and rushed to her garage, only to find 5 inches of water and rising. She made it 75 yards down the road. Like many of her neighbors, her car died. She was rescued by boat.
Pried open the door and the water gushed in, freezing cold water. But then he pulled me out and brought me out to the street.
Her neighbor, Bob Jewett, had his 5- and 6-year-old grandchildren with him the night of the evacuations. Floodwaters trapped his wife's vehicle, totaling it. Both lost nearly everything: cars, furniture, and belongings. Bob's recovery costs alone, $60,000. Sharon just finished replacing her floors this week, still fighting mold 4 months later. It's important to note neither home sits in a defined floodplain.
They knew there was a possibility it was going to flood again at some point. And they took absolutely no action other than the HESCOs, which obviously didn't hold up.
Court documents being filed with 83 named plaintiffs accuses the King County Flood Control District of failing to properly maintain the levee systems. The White River's temporary HESCO barriers were installed in 2008. A HESCO has field life of about 5 years, but Pacific Mayor Vic Cave told King 5 this March many of the barriers bordering Pacific City Park were twice that age or more. In a 2018 Army Corps of Engineers report, multiple components of the Green River's Desimone levee were identified as minimally acceptable. The King County Flood Control District's own website points out work needs to be done to, quote, improve the county's aging and inadequate flood protection facilities.
Well, they were supposed to fix it.
No, that's right.
It's been 17 years.
King County Flood Control District Supervisor Chair Reagan Dunn told King 5, quote, the December 2025 flood was a 1 in 200-year event, and it laid bare inadequacies in our flood protection system that we are working hard to correct. But plaintiffs say the county wasn't just unprepared. Court documents say officials met just weeks before the disaster to plan their response in case the levee failed, instead of fixing it.
And I don't want to move, and I couldn't. I couldn't sell my house right now. Nobody'd buy it.
It was 2 weeks before it was safe for Bob to return to his home and start repairs. 5 days for Sharon. But 4 months later, some families still can't go back at all. It's unsafe, and they can't afford to repair or rebuild.
It's terrible. Where are they at? Are they going to be homeless? Are they going to live with their families the rest of their lives?
Now, over the weekend, some good news for folks still recovering from the December flooding. A federal disaster declaration was issued for multiple Washington counties, including King, making it possible for them to get money to make repairs. On FEMA's website, though, the most recent cap on those funds per application is at about $43,000. Several Pacific residents told me they're easily out of pocket double that. I have also reached out to the King County Flood Control Executive Director and Deputy Director for comment about this legal action. When we get those responses, we'll share those with you as well. Live in the King 5 studios, Farah Jadrin.